Hey guys, what's up? This is Anger Banter here. We're jumping back into some more Ghost of Tsushima right now on the PlayStation 4, one of our final games we're going to play on the console here. We're going to get ready to go through some more Sensei Ishikawa, so we're getting ready for the last portion we could play in this section of the game. So we're going to take a look and see what's going on with Sensei right now.
Sakai. We must deal with Tomoe's threat against Yoshi Springs before it's too late.
I don't understand the fixation on the town.
I was born there. Destroying it proves our worth to the Mongols, and humiliates me.
But the terrain works in our favor. 2 skilled archers can hold off hundreds.
Or we allow the Mongols to take it. Tomoe wins a victory and lets her guard down. Then we strike.
Sacrifice Hiyoshi Springs for Tomoe.
The sacrifice is worth it.
Tomoe would agree, Sensei.
Fine, Sakai. She will attack from the north. We should focus our efforts there.
Scout elevated positions, place arrows, and...
Listen! Did you hear that? One arrow, one death.
I'm not very good with the whole arrow thing. That is one of my biggest problems in games like this that have that option. We're going to be doing a lot more of the sword play than anything else. I think that's just easier as a whole, being able to do that as opposed to, you know, shooting arrows. And I do that in every game that has that option. The more recent Assassin's Creed games have been focusing heavily on using, like, the regular weapons as opposed to arrows. And, I mean, it's just so much easier for me to do that as a whole. I also think this game works better with the sword play than it does with arrow play. And I gotta say, I said this a lot, and I don't know if I said this in any of our videos here.
I wondered when Tomoe's new friends would visit.
If the point was to kill us, she would have sent more men.
Or the point was not to kill, but to delay.
Hiyoshi Springs, the attack is starting.
It's something I probably should say more often, is that a lot of these open world titles...
This way. If I fall today, promise me you will keep hunting Tomoe.
I promise, Sensei.
She knows you're my student. Your death will destroy my legacy.
Your way of the bow will survive with me. Where will Tomoe strike?
In the back town, near the waterfalls. The most vulnerable point.
If we get there before the Mongols, we can prepare a defense. But it won't be easy.
It never is.
But my thought process is more open world games should really take a page out of games like Ghost of Tsushima and the Marvel Spider-Man games. They're perfect sized open worlds with just enough collectibles, enough stuff for you to actually do in the game.
You two, come here.
What is it, my lords?
Mongols are heading for Hiyoshi Springs.
Gather everyone at the inn and stay out of sight. We will deal with them.
Yes, my lord.
Whereas the games like Assassin's Creed just have so much.
The Mongols won't be able to flank us. We don't have much time. What can we use to our advantage?
And having too much to do, I think, hurts games like this.
Not many options.
We'll exploit the ones we have. Hornets' nests.
Excellent distraction.
Dry grass. Lure the Mongols in.
We'll make sure you have flaming arrows.
Those barrels could do some damage.
Take these flaming arrows, and try not to burn yourself or me.
Then don't get in my way, Sensei.
Get ready. The Mongols will be here soon.
They're getting closer.
Good. Let's demonstrate the way of the bow for them.
This game looks absolutely gorgeous, and we're playing on a PlayStation 4 Pro. I'm really curious because I know a lot of games are going to have a small upgrade on the PlayStation 5, visually speaking, and I'm really curious to see what this is. I know the game wasn't included in the PlayStation Plus collection that they have, and I'm really curious to see what any of those games look like. We really messed that one up big time. See, this is why I said I'm not big on arrows. But flaming arrows. Oh, ho, ho. Got that guy right in the knee.
Not bad, Sakai.
Guys, remember that arrow to the knee meme?
So are they? Coming down the main
I know
road.
I do. That's what I was referencing there. Oh no, everything was fine until I took an arrow to the knee. The cool thing is this game actually, with its arrow mechanics, actually, I really think it's actually, I don't know how to shoot an arrow in real life. I did it once in PE class back in high school. We're gonna shoot the bees. No, not the bees. Killing me won't bring back your goddamn honey. But like I was saying, I only shot an arrow once, and that was back in PE in high school. Wasn't very good at it, but I would imagine that the mechanics here are very similar to real time, where if we're trying to aim for something further away, we kind of have to raise our aim a little higher, so we actually go that further distance. A cool little thing I noticed in the game as we were playing through it is that thing. If we're close, we don't really have to worry about.
No sign of Tomoe.
We don't have to worry about aiming in a specific way. One thing I like to do with ranged weapons is those beautiful headshots, and in games like this, it really doesn't matter as much. Like I said, I'm not doing the arrow. The swordplay in this game is fantastic. There's clearly a love of the genre of samurai films and stories like that for Sucker Punch, and I really would love to see this become more of a franchise than a one-off game. I know we have that exploitation of franchises nowadays with companies like Ubisoft and the like. And I won't lie, I'm a sucker for those games too. I play every Assassin's Creed game they make just because I've played every other one. So like I'm looking forward to playing Valhalla at the same point in time. Not looking forward to playing Valhalla. I've heard it's a very long game. I'm afraid to really sink that much time into it. I think, like I said, I think more open world games should be like, Ghost of Tsushima. And like it's a 40-hour, 50-hour experience. Depends on the way you play. If you're playing completionist like I did the first run. The completionist run I took was about 60, 65 hours. A regular run, just doing story and a bit of, it's about 30 hours. And it's a good length. The world's a big size. There's a lot of collectibles, but not too much. And it's not overwhelming.
There she is,
That's Tomoe?
burning the Nagao banner.
We can catch her.
She'll be long gone by the time we get there.
She's a coward.
No. She's mocking me. She knows the last student I trained before her was Hironori Nagao.
You said he wasn't your student. Which is it?
I was young, prideful, callous. Hironori learned from my example. He led a rebellion to seize the clan, and lost, but only after butchering Lord Nagao's best men.
Hironori didn't die fighting bandits.
That was a story to protect Nagao's legacy. There was no saving mine. As his teacher, I could never be trusted again. I was granted the mercy to resign my position. I convinced myself the way of the bow had to survive. But the truth is, I am a coward who should have ended it long ago.
You told Tomoe all of this.
I wanted her to understand what it meant for me to teach again. But like everything else, she turned it against me.
You'll never redeem Hironori Nago. And you won't change Tomoe. But today, you saved the people of Hiyoshi Springs.
With my new student.
I'll need you at Castle Kaneda.
My bow is yours. But Tomoe isn't done yet. We must keep hunting her.
We will, Sensei.
And there we go. We just took care of Sensei Ishikawa's storyline here in Ghost of Tsushima. And, well, it's not his entire storyline. It's just a portion of his storyline. Like I said, the island is split into 3. And the nice thing is we can't go to the other sections yet. We actually have to complete all the other sections. Everything in this section here, as you see, the map's not all the way filled out. We have to complete all those main storylines before we can even move into the next section of the game. And then we can go back to that first section, grab any other collectibles that we missed. So the way I suggest playing this game is we're going to focus on doing the story. If we come across collectibles as we pass by, once we do that, once we get through that first island, most of the map will show up. We can go back and grab everything we missed. If you are stuck, I suggest looking at a guide for finding every single collectible. There are trophies for almost every collectible, but you don't have to get 100% of it, all the collectibles, which is fantastic. And one of the best parts about this game is that we don't have to get every single collectible to get that platinum trophy. We have to get most of them, but not every single one of them, which is great. I'm not gonna lie. There are games that you have to collect every single piece of collectible in the game to get that sweet platinum trophy or whatever it is on Xbox, and for me that's just so frustrating. I think I peaked at the Assassin's Creed Valhalla trophy list, and it literally is that you have to do everything. And apparently a lot of people are saying they don't know how long it's going to take. 100 hours. I'm like, that's too long for an Assassin's Creed game. I'm sorry. I love the franchise as a whole, but we're not gonna. I feel like it's going to take like 200 hours, and that's excessive for a game like this. This isn't Grand Theft Auto. I'm also surprised there was no DLC for this game, which, I mean, when you get to the end of the game, we'll see why. There's no need for DLC, but at the same point in time, I would love to spend more time in Tsushima. And I rarely say that about an open world game where you spend all the time you can in there, and then you leave and you want more. And that's what Ghost of Tsushima does very well. So we're going to start the tale of Lady Masako here. And we're going to get through her storyline next, and that'll lead us to the final major quests in the first section of the map. We'll pick up some side quests as we go along the map. Definitely wanting to make sure we do as much as possible. I'm not going to go through and grab every collectible. We grabbed almost every single one of them in our first playthrough when I just sat there and played it for fun. And when they added New Game Plus, I was like, oh, great. Well, we're going to play this for the channel because I love this game. It's my number 2 game of 2020. If we're excluding Persona 5 Royal, it's number 1. It's that good of a game. Everything about it, I can't really find much holes to kind of poke through and complain about, just because it's so damn good. So we're actually going to take care of Lady Adachi real quick. So once we reach the Masako Adachi's home,
Clan Adachi's estate. Lady Masako should be here. Lady Masako! Warriors of Clan Adachi! Is anyone here? Lady Masako! It's Jin Sakai. Remains of a battle. Someone forced their way in. I need to know who did this. They were trying to escape. Past the children through the window. A naginata, used by the women of Clan Adachi. They fought to defend their family.
I do love, and I've said this before, I feel like I have, how the game, Ghost of Tsushima, does pull some of the best aspects from other open world titles. Right now, I'm getting a lot of Witcher 3 vibes right now. That guy's not wearing any pants.
Kill him! Where's Lady Masako? Tell me where she is! Who were these men? Not Mongols, not bandits,
So now we gotta kind of go in our Witcher mode, I guess we'll call it Witcher mode,
If anyone survived,
where we're gonna go through and we're gonna kind of search around the complex for things that'll help us find out where Lady Masako is. And obviously, we're probably going to mess up. But the cool thing is we do have a special ability that will allow us to kind of turn things black and white. And important things will get highlighted, and I guess it's in a red. And I'm still trying to remember the controls for this game. After all this time, I know game came out in July. As of this playing, it's the end of like October. So you have a 3-month... 3-month gap between our last playthrough and now, so it's definitely it definitely does feel a little different going back and playing this game much later than I thought the new Game Plus would come out.
horse tracks.
I won't lie, I did love this game so much. I actually ordered a Ghost of Tsushima hoodie. I did wear it like all the time.
Footprints. The rider was being chased.
So we're just kind of following the horse tracks. The thing here about this is, this is like a very Geralt of Rivia kind of vibe right now.
Archers were hunting the rider. The rider was
I
skilled.
feel like the audio here
Confused
from
their aim.
Jin is definitely a little off. He sees the arrows after he says he sees arrows, unless he's looking forward.
Fallen horse. This horse belonged to Clan Adachi. Dead for days. Lady Masako, it's me.
Jin Sakai. They said no samurai escaped Komoda. My husband.
Lord Adachi died a warrior's death, defending our home.
Our home. Why have you come?
The Mongol Khan has captured Lord Shimura. If your clan joins me, we can save my uncle and avenge your men.
Clan Adachi is dead. Massacred by our own people.
Traitors! Why would they kill those who swore to protect them?
I intend to find out.
I'm coming with you.
No, do not set aside your concerns for mine.
The family of samurai are my concern. I know what it means to be the last of one's clan.
I cannot be responsible for your death.
You won't be.
Ride with me.
Quickly, Sora! I fought men at your estate.
They were waiting to finish what they started. The night my husband and sons rode to face the Mongols. The assassins came to our home. My sister took the children and fled. I stayed with my sons' wives to fight our attackers. We were outnumbered. And then I was the only one left.
That's how it ended for me at Komoda.
For me, it wasn't over. I buried them here with the rest of our family. I tried to save them, but the assassins caught them on the road, cut them down. My sister, my grandchildren, even little Natsu. She was just born. All I could do was bury her with her mother.
This never should have happened.
My sister should have been buried with her husband in the north. But at least she is with family. Come. We ride for the Golden Temple.
I'm sorry you endured this alone.
I am not alone. The killers are alive.
They will pay for what they did.
Every moment the killers walk free brings me shame.
You can't blame yourself.
But it is my duty to punish them for it.
It's really sad when you think about her storyline involves her entire family being massacred.
You'll have to go in without me. Find the monk named Sogen and tell him the fate of Clan Adachi.
What are you plotting, Lady Masako?
Indulge a grieving widow. Once you've talked to Sogen, find the armorer. She is repairing something for me. I want you to have it.
I will do that. Thank you.
I will wait for you on the other side of the temple.
And in case you guys don't remember, if you're wondering who her husband was, her husband Adachi, he was the guy who got lit on fire in our very first video for the game. Just throwing that one out there. That was him. He got lit on fire.
Lord Sakai, it is an honor.
Are you in charge here?
I think of myself as more of a servant, my lord. Please, call me Junshin. I made this temple a haven for our people.
I'll spread the word.
If they cannot make the journey, there are also camps around Ariake. I supply them with all the food I can spare.
That's good to know. I'm looking for one of your fellow monks, a man named Sogen.
I believe he is sweeping the temple deck.
Thank you, Junshin. Continue your good work.
Without any samurai to stop them,
Are you Sogen?
I am.
I am Sakai.
A samurai? Alive?
I have a message from Lady Masako. Clan Adachi was attacked. She is the only survivor.
The Mongols.
Traitors. Our own people.
How horrible.
Has anyone suspicious passed through the temple? A group of armed men?
Not that I've seen, but my duties keep me far too busy. Please tell Lady Masako she's welcome to take refuge here.
Thank you for your time.
Of course.
I need to find the armorer.
I won't lie, it's definitely a weird feeling to go from playing a JRPG like Persona 4 Golden, which is more turn-based and, you know, Chrono Trigger, to playing games like Spider-Man, Miles Morales, and this. You know, playing all these different games, it's so weird.
Lady Masako sent me. Said you were repairing something she wanted me to have.
The armor. It's one of the finest sets I've ever worked with. Let me get it. It suits you perfectly, my lord. The quality is incomparable. It will serve you well, but if anything isn't to your liking, I can always make alterations. All I need are the right materials.
Thank you.
Throughout the game, we're obviously going to get new armor pieces. Obviously, some of them we get through the story. Some of them we actually get, we have to purchase, just so you guys know. This is one of those armors that we get through the story. Obviously, the ghost armor is the armor we're currently, you know, that I prefer the most. I usually use the ghost armor or Sakai clan armor. It just depends. I feel like the Sakai armor, as cool as it looks, it does have some issues, I think, in terms of the way I play the game, where it wouldn't be functional. So we're going to really use the ghost armor. Obviously, there is a secret hidden, like, trophy kind of thing for dressing up, making your armor look like Sly Cooper. And that requires a lot of hard work. I don't want to say hard work per se, but it does require some work. We want to make sure we get the right armor set and a whole bunch of other things. Obviously, I want to say it's Gosaku's armor, and then there's a die that we need to have, and then we have to get a few other things in order to really pull off the entire look. And all you have to do is make sure you get everything you need for that, throw it on for 2 seconds, and the trophy pops. But yeah, going from playing, you know, an RPG to an open world action adventure game, it's so off-putting at first.
You got the armor.
It fits well.
It belonged to my eldest, Shigesato.
It is an honor. I spoke to the monk.
What did Sogen say?
He offers you refuge in the temple.
So my family's killers know where to find me. We need to move.
You think Sogen is behind the massacre?
He visited my home just before the assassins. The little bastard was their scout.
That doesn't prove his guilt.
No, but it earns my suspicion. Sogen arrived from Kamiagata at the beginning of autumn.
When we first heard the Mongols plan to invade.
The plot to destroy my clan took precision, planning,
And a war to cover the treachery.
And this game does have some stealth elements to it. I'm just not very good at the stealth elements, but I try my best. There's lots of different difficulties too. I wish you could like tweak the stealth difficulty in some of these games. I think I have to actually step forward a bit, but yeah, you go from playing a game like this to playing a more turn-based RPG game. It's definitely a different vibe and feeling. You know, going from crawling through dungeons.
There's Sogen, leaving in a hurry.
To being able to kind of just wander around an entire open world and do whatever. It's definitely weird. And if you play too many open world games in a row, you get burnt out. And that's another thing, is there's so many open world games. I think in the fall and winter, we have what? Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Immortals Phoenix Rising, Watch Dogs Legion, and even Cyberpunk. They're all like open world
Make a mistake.
like games. And we go from playing one to another to another. It really does kind of wear you out. Yeah, we have Cyberpunk, which is in a futuristic setting, and Assassin's Creed Valhalla is in like 874 AD, like England. Watch Dogs Legion is in like a modern not post-apocalyptic, but you know, a modern London, semi-futuristic modern London. and Immortals Phoenix Rising takes place in ancient Greece. So if you play them in the right order, like say you go Cyberpunk, Assassin's Creed, Watch Dogs, and then Immortal Phoenix Rising, you might break up that like samesies kind of feel, but you know, I don't know. We're gonna try to do that though this fall, winter, whatever. I'm looking forward to Cyberpunk. I'm really looking forward to it. Big Keanu Reeves fan. Love The Witcher. I love the look and the aesthetic that the trailers, everything is giving you. I'm really worried I'm going to mess this up, so I'm kind of trying to distract myself. And if we get too close, in like most missions like this, if we get too close to him, he will spot us, and we will have to go back to the checkpoint. We can't fail. I mean, we can fail and restart it. I don't want to, but we can't let him see us. That's pretty much the whole point of this. If you've played Assassin's Creed before, you know exactly what kind of mission this is, and you will definitely hate this kind of mission. There isn't that many of them in this game, which is fantastic, because this game does not need a follow your target kind of missions, which is amazing. Those always bothered me in Assassin's Creed. I get you need to trail your target, and at times I wish the newer Assassin's Creeds would kind of go back to that older vibe. I do like the more RPG elements of the game. Odyssey and Origins were fantastic as a whole. I know we're talking about Assassin's Creed while playing Ghost of Tsushima, but this is pretty much, you know, what fans were asking them to make for years in a more feudal Japan with the samurai and everything like that. Just slowly trying to find Junshin here. No, that's not Junshin, it's Sogen. I got the names mixed up. A really cool thing about this game, not really a cool thing about this game, but over the summer, and even recently, if you guys are fans of the pop punk band Blink-182, Mark Hoppus, the lead singer and bassist, he live streamed a large chunk of this game, and he wasn't very good at it at first. Not gonna lie. Definitely worth checking out his Twitch channel if you like games like this, especially since he bought a PlayStation 4 just to play Last of Us Part 2. Specifically bought a Last of Us Part 2, the PlayStation 4 Limited Edition. I'm kind of scared when they start doing that with the PS5. Because, you know, you get the basic white one, and white's just not my favorite color. So, what are we supposed to do here? Nope. I just slit that guy's throat. And I shouldn't have done that. So, sometimes directions in the game don't really make sense, and we kill an informant. So that's fantastic. At least the loading times aren't terrible in this game. There are some games where loading screens take forever, and it's infuriating, which is why in some games we don't use fast travel. Sometimes you gotta kind of outweigh the pros and cons. Is it faster to fast travel with the loading screen, or is it faster to travel on by foot, land, by web, however we're traveling? In my experience, in like Spider-Man, it's easier to swing, and the mechanics are fantastic. In most Assassin's Creed games, it's better to just take your horse and go. But the PlayStation 5 really eliminates that. It really does. The loading times. I played Spider-Man Remastered. I heard Spider-Man Remastered, my bad. I heard Spider-Man Remastered is going to have great load times for fast travel, which is really exciting, needless to say the least.
Masako's alive. She has a samurai with her. That must be who killed our man at the estate. You fools. Now they know I'm part of this. You have to find them. Keep your voice down. I'm going inside. Don't come back until they're dead.
Those men slaughtered my family. Spare the monk. The rest can die.
Draw your blades!
I love these showdown things, even if I'm not very good at them. Sometimes the timing is really you hit those timing, and then other times you mess up, and when you mess up, you get punished for it. You see, our health bar really just took a massive nosedive as a whole, and I'm like, what the heck? It's fine, but fun fact: if you're wearing the Sakai clan armor, and I'll probably mention this multiple times, and you level it up, I think, to a certain level, you can do up to 5 in the standoff. So if there's a group of like 6 enemies and you successfully do 5 attacks, you pretty much can kill everybody there, which is fantastic. And it's also a trophy too, by the way, in case you're wondering. If I recall, I was like really kind of sitting there one day. I'm like, what's this trophy? One more, you know, doing max amount of standoff kills. And I'm like, that's 3. Turns out it's 5. I think it's 5. It might actually be 5 now, thanks to New Game Plus. But you only need to get 1 more thanks to Sakai Clan Armor. So, in case you guys are wondering, definitely level that up. And honestly, I saw this would probably be pretty high on my list, not just the games of 2020, but games of the last generation. Easily a top 5 game from the PlayStation 4 era. I think there was a lot of great games on that generation, as opposed to, in my opinion, a PlayStation 3, which had a lot of great games as well. But I feel like the PlayStation 4, which had a 7-year lifespan, had a really phenomenal list of titles. Both, you know, first party and even, you know, AAA titles. And some titles that were really surprising. Like, I did not expect to love Dragon Quest XI as much as I loved Dragon Quest XI. I adored Dragon Quest XI.
There's nowhere to run, Sogen.
You destroyed Clan Adachi.
I was only a messenger.
For who?
Knowledge does not end suffering.
You know nothing of suffering.
Masako.
I buried my family, one by one. It took days. But I'm going to leave you for the wolves.
We need him alive to tell us who he serves.
Our world has changed. Men of vision must rise to face it. And those in the way must be removed.
They were children!
Masako!
He was never going to talk.
We still need information. There has to be something we can use. Search outside. I'll deal with things in here.
Find me when you're done.
Spare weapons. They expected reinforcements. They've run out of food. Must have been here a while. Names. And a symbol. Masako might know them.
Did you find anything?
A list of names and a clan symbol.
I found the same symbol on these men. I've never seen it before.
A rival clan, moving in to take control. We have to stop them.
I will.
You cannot do it alone. When my uncle hears of this, he will not rest until the traitors pay for what they did. Help me, and we will bring down everyone who hurt you.
Together. When you need help rescuing your uncle, I will be there.
Thank you, Lady Masako.
Until that time, I have work to do.
And there we go. We took care of the first tale of Lady Masako. We're going to have to continue doing our storyline. This looks like a fantastic place for us to call it a break today, guys. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. We'll be back next time with more Ghost of Tsushima. We'll be working towards continuing her tail line, and I will see you guys then.